What's going on, everybody? Robert, Bridging the Geekdoms here yet again, and I want to talk to you about, well, a couple interesting costume reveals today. So check it out, Bridging the Geekdoms right now! Alright guys, so they just kind of dropped this Miss Marvel reveal finally. Miss Marvel is going to be releasing on Disney Plus. It's a Disney Plus show series coming very soon. A lot of people were thinking it was going to be after Hawkeye, but the speculation and belief is that Miss Marvel will be dropping in 2021, with Hawkeye coming out in late November, I believe November like 26th or something like that. It's hard to imagine that they're going to have two shows running simultaneously, so it looks like within the next month or two, we're going to get Miss Marvel on Disney Plus. Now, we haven't seen or really heard anything. There are some leaked footages from behind the scenes, but nothing else has really come out about this show and how it's going to fit within the grand scheme of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We do know from the comics loosely a little bit how Miss Marvel is technically an Inhuman. Are they going to go that route with the show? Or are they going to make her a mutant? Again, there's so much that we need to have answered here, and we're going to have to wait for the show to get all that. But we also know that from the comics, Miss Marvel was a fan of Captain Marvel, and that is why she goes by the name Miss Marvel. Her abilities are kind of strange. I always thought it was a really, really ridiculous and weird power that she had. I'm not very versed with the whole Miss Marvel lore, so please forgive me if there is more to it than just her big-ass hand that she has, but that's pretty much what I've seen. I think she's kind of invulnerable also. I think she has like super strength in some regard. But besides that, I mean, she's an Inhuman, so we know that those abilities can be very strange to begin with. That's kind of just how Inhumans have always been. It always seemed to me they were the off-brand X-Men, where X-Men always had these cooler and more streamlined abilities. Inhumans always had these really off-the-wall, wacky abilities that were kind of like a bunch of writers sitting around a room like, what should we make for the new X-Men? And they're like, oh, let's do this. Like, you know what? No, that's not good for X-Men. We'll throw it with the Inhumans. So that's always been my belief. But we got our first image of Miss Marvel in the upcoming show. I apologize, I can't remember the little girl's name who was playing Miss Marvel. And the crazy thing is, this is her first gig. She's, at least on screen, I know that she's been a theater actress, but this is her first gig on screen, so it's going to be interesting to see how she does with this. She looks the part, but can she pull it off? I guess we're going to have to wait and see. But let me know your thoughts below. I think one of the biggest concerns that a lot of people have been having is with this image, if you see in her hand, again, her power in the comics and even in the video game and everywhere else that we've seen her, which isn't much because she's a relatively new character, but where we've seen her, her hand is enlarged, and that's kind of her whole deal. And in the image, it's kind of glowing, or not glowing, but it's kind of got like a force field or something around it. Again, I'm not very versed with the Miss Marvel comics, so maybe I'm missing something here, but I don't remember anything like that ever. So throw in the comments if you know what that is or what it could be. I'm sure by the time I get this video edited and released and all that jazz, it's going to be all over the Twitterverse and the socials on what that actually is, but I don't really have a clue. But let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the look? I think the suit looks, I mean, it's very comic accurate, and Disney and Marvel Studios has always been good with the comic accuracy of the costumes to a point. Obviously, some have not, Hawkeye and until the WandaVision Scarlet Witch, but in a lot of regards, it's been pretty accurate to the comics, so it's not surprising that they went accurate with this. But I have to wonder, is this just kind of a hint of the end of this series? Because that's what they kind of do with a lot of shows and a lot of I guess shows, I can just say that, and I'm not just saying Marvel, but they kind of, oh look, this is the suit they're going to be in, and then we don't see the suit until like the last 2 episodes or the last episode or something like that. So I'm hoping that this is something that's utilized a lot more. And her ability, I mean, what is it exactly in the show? Are they going to stray from the comics? I think that there's a belief and understanding that the Inhumans aspect, people are trying to sway or hope that Marvel sways away from that whole idea and concept of it being Inhuman, because we know that Inhuman show that came out was absolute garbage, and they don't want any connection or probably any kind of smell of that whole thing brought over to the actual Marvel Cinematic Universe. So we'll see what happens with this moving forward, but definitely let me know your thoughts down in the comments and just what you think is going on here. Now, the one thing that I really want to talk about is this leaked image here that dropped of... Okay, now, here's the tricky part, because the initial post that I saw is saying that this is from the set of the Flash television show, that Ezra Miller will be making a cameo appearance this season in the Flash show. Very well possible that happens. The Flash is currently, I think, in production right now, so it doesn't, it makes sense. It does make sense. However, let's keep in mind that Ezra Miller is over in London or Glasgow right now, filming his movie for the Flash. He's filming over there. They filmed the show over in Vancouver, Canada. Not saying he can't make the, 15, 16-hour flight, maybe 20-hour flight, whatever it is, from there to Canada to do this, but if you take a closer look at this image, that person in the suit, one is jacked. I mean, that guy's legs are as big as freaking tree trunks, and the face doesn't even look like it could be Ezra Miller's face. So if this is from the Flash show, my theory and thought is that it is just a stand-in / stunt double who's standing in, and look at all the green screen around, everything like that. It's very possible it's just a stand-in and they will be throwing close-up shots of Ezra Miller, which they can do over in Glasgow on a stage and then impose it onto the show. It's very possible that they're doing that. Or if this is not the show, which is kind of where I'm leaning a little bit towards, but I don't know, if this is actually from the movie, this is a new suit. This is a suit that we have not seen on screen in any form at all, whether it's in the show or what we've seen so far for the many leaked behind-the-scenes footage or leaked images of the movie, which this is the worst kept secret in Hollywood. Everything that they've been showing and all these leaks coming out from this Flash movie is just ridiculous. I think they should be ashamed of themselves for allowing this much to be out there. I've never seen, honestly, I mean, we've seen a lot of leaks from a lot of movies, but there have been a lot for this. I mean, we've seen almost, we've seen Batfleck's stunt driver. They've been filming that for like a week, but that's how long some stunts take. Sometimes, big car chase scenes can take a while. We've seen that. We've seen Keaton. We've seen Sasha Calle as Supergirl. We've seen the Flash in a suit that is a mocap suit. We've seen the fake Barry Allen or the alternate version Barry Allen. We've seen so much behind the scenes images from this. I don't understand how they can't keep some of this under wraps. It's kind of ridiculous if you ask me, but I digress. What are your thoughts on this image here? What do you think about this whole look of the suit? And can you help me? Because again, when it comes to social media, when this stuff pops onto the social medias, we don't really know where it's from or what it's, where it's coming from at all. The thing that this reminds me of is kind of Godspeed's suit a little bit. just the look and feel of that suit reminds me of what Godspeed was on The Flash, which, not getting into The Flash, so I'm sorry. I stopped watching after like season 5, season 6, whatever season. What season did we have the big crossover where Oliver died? Crisis on Infinite Earths. What is it, season 6? I don't know. Whatever season that was, I watched until the crossover event and I had to stop. That show, Flash, just got ridiculous, and I just can't put myself through it. I have a couple friends who are still watching it, and God bless them. We used to stand around at work and just theorize and talk about the Flash show on a daily/weekly basis, even during the off seasons. But yeah, it's I just can't do it. I can't. CWverse needs to just fade away for a little while and maybe restructure, rethink how they would do a shared universe like that, and come back with some quality. And that's just me. If you love it, awesome. Love it. Watch it. More content, the better. But for me, I just think they need to retool it. And the only way they're going to be able to do that is just starting fresh. But what do you guys think about these two reveals today? We got Miss Marvel reveal. We got a Flash suit reveal. Could it be from the movie? Could it be behind the scenes of the movie or the show? What is it? Who knows at this point? Maybe you do, so let me know in the comments below what you think it is. And, guys, we're on, what is it? August 2nd? July, August, yeah. So we got September, October, November, December. We're about 4 months, 5 months away from Spider-Man No Way Home, and still no freaking trailer. What the hell? What the hell? But look, it's gonna come when it comes. Again, I used to be great at predicting when trailers would drop. Pandemic threw a wrench and all that. It's really difficult to figure out and determine when they're gonna drop a trailer at this point. I think there's still some speculation that Spider-Man could get delayed, but it'll be interesting to see if they do that, because I don't think it can be delayed too much. Otherwise, Marvel Studios will have to move a bunch of things, and I just don't see them doing that. With Doctor Strange coming out next March, Spider-Man was that gap between Eternals and that, and we know Marvel likes to have something every couple months, every 2-3 months is what they want to kind of have going for them, to have 3-4 movies a year. So what are your thoughts on that? Do you think Spider-Man No Way Home is going to get delayed? Let's not even talk about the trailer, because there is no trailer. There was a Venom trailer for Venom Let There Be Carnage. I'm not going to discuss that. My goodness, does that look atrocious? I still don't think that they should have made a sequel. Sequel should not have been greenlit. That first movie was complete dog shit. Should not have gotten a sequel, but here we are. It's what happens in today's world of Hollywood movies. Even the shittiest movies will get greenlit sometimes for a sequel. But let me know your thoughts on what is happening with Spider-Man No Way Home. Are we going to get a trailer anytime soon, do you think? Or are they just going to kind of bide their time, maybe wait until 2 or 3 months prior to the movie and then throw some trailers at us, a couple trailers, and we go into the movie with very little information? Because that's what a lot of people like. I know I like that. Sometimes I like that. I really just want to see a trailer and giving us some idea of the multiverse aspect of this movie. But besides that, let me know your thoughts on everything going on right now with everything we talked about, or that I talked about on here, guys. So drop a comment down below if you didn't like this episode. As I said a little bit ago, if you thought that this episode was shit, hit that dislike button. Go right ahead. More power to you. But if you like this episode, hit like. If you want to subscribe, please hit subscribe. Channel's growing. I'm doing something right now. Channel is growing, so I'm loving it. I got some great conversation over on Twit, so make sure you find me at BridgingTheGeekdoms, and yeah, we'll go from there. But with all that said, guys, talk to all of you later. What's going on, guys? Did you enjoy this video? If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And for more, hit subscribe with that little notification bell. That way, you'll be notified every time a new episode drops. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.